Good morning. Welcome to 9 a.m. on this Thursday morning. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Let's take a look at today's headlines.
Making headlines across the country. Today, host Savannah Guthrie makes an emotional plea for her mother's safe return. We have the family's first message to the public as they wait for answers.
Plus, an oil leak creates a hazmat situation in the Wilmington area. Mario Ramirez is on the scene with updates this hour.
And another masked singer was unveiled last night. I'm going to tell you who was behind the calla lily. Here's a hint. They were on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Plus, there's going to be a partnership between the show and the Griffith Observatory. What to know about this limited time event? The Griffith Observatory, is it the right weather for that this weekend, Maria?
I think so. The weekend looks actually pretty good. We do have some changes starting today with some cloud cover. That is streaming up from the south. You can see it here now on our satellite radar pictures. A lot of this high mid-level cloud cover, but there's also some moisture embedded in this, so there's actually a 10% chance some of us could see some light sprinkles a little bit later, especially over the mountains and foothills. Temperatures at the moment ranging from 50 degrees in Big Bear, 66 in downtown LA, 67 in Santa Ana, 56 in Corona to that 64 in Palm Springs. High temperatures this afternoon will range anywhere from 80 degrees in the low desert areas, still pretty warm. Depending on how much cloud cover we get earlier in the day, that could impact our daytime highs today. So we'll wait and see if we actually reach that high of 87. Despite that, it's still going to be pretty warm out there, though. 85 for the valleys and the Inland Empire to those mid-70s along our coast. Still got some gusty winds, too. I'll talk about that and the wind advisories coming up in just a few moments. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. We do have breaking news. A leak from a small oil field has caused a hazmat situation near a harbor in the Wilmington area.
Let's go to Mario right now, live with the latest. Mario, good morning.
Good morning. We've been following this situation, this oil spill near the Port of LA in Wilmington. It happened just over 3 hours ago, and the cleanup out here continues. Now, I want to start with where that underground pipe ruptured. You can see that pile of clear trash bags there. Well, right next to it, it was sudden. A mix of oil and water started gushing out and across the roadway into the nearby marina, prompting a massive response out here. Several agencies, including LA County Fire, Fish and Wildlife, and Port Police. So let's go to Skyfox video here over the scene just after 6 o'clock this morning, giving you an idea of the size of this spill. That's happening around 5 this morning at Anchorage Road and Henry Ford Avenue, prompting LA County hazmat crews to move in. And we've learned that this involves an oil pipe that burst near the roadway, an oil field right next to the road with pumping operations in the area, and fire officials say that's believed to be the source of the leak. Earlier, crews rushed in, trying to surround and absorb the oil with any nearby dirt they could shovel out, also using a pump to suction oil off the roadway. And we know evacuations were initially ordered for live-aboard boats in the adjacent marina, Dock C and D, but those were lifted a short time later. And at one point, we did see crews rolling out absorbent booms into the water, but fire officials say the leak was largely confined to land. Nearby waterways minimally affected and no injuries reported. Now, back out here live, cleanup operations have now been turned over to the private company responsible for the pipe. They've been using vacuum trucks, heavy equipment, and pressure washers here as that cleanup operation continues. For now, that's the latest here in Wilmington. I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you for the update there. Developing news this morning, NBC host Savannah Guthrie and her siblings are using social media now to reach out to the mother's presumed kidnapper.
Gigi Garcia joining us now with all the details about what they said, where the investigation stands right now.
A lot of new developments in the last 24 hours, and we can probably expect some more today at a media briefing that's set to start in about an hour Los Angeles time. That video posted on social media shows the understandably distraught children of Nancy Guthrie, TV personality Savannah, her sister Annie, and brother Cameron, and it is the latest in a series of developments in the mysterious disappearance of their mother. Now, yesterday, we saw FBI agents and sheriff investigators return to Nancy Guthrie's home outside of Tucson. This after the sheriff had said they'd finished their work there. They even brought in a canine this time, but they haven't said what the dog is trained to search for. This as word that police now possibly have a ransom note from someone claiming they're holding Mrs. Guthrie hostage and demanding a ransom for her return. And while again that has not been confirmed, yesterday her children posted a message on social media.
Everyone is looking for you, Mommy, everywhere. Mama, if you're listening, we need you to come home.
We love you, Mom. Stay strong.
Nancy Guthrie has been missing now for 5 days after last being seen at her home Saturday night. Investigators have said that they did find evidence at the home that includes reportedly blood and indicates she was taken by force. Now, personal belongings like her cell phone and her heart medication were left behind. That is medicine her family says she needs to survive. NBC News is also reporting that Mrs. Guthrie's pacemaker, which was connected to her cell phone, last updated around 2 o'clock Sunday morning. Now, that could help narrow the timeline of her disappearance. And while not saying who this online message was recorded for, Savannah Guthrie is clearly asking for what's known as proof of life.
We are ready to talk. However, we live in a world where voices and images are easily manipulated. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive.
Now, the Pima County Sheriff's Department has not yet confirmed the ransom note, but in an effort to shut down some of the rumors, and there are so many, they posted this online yesterday. The message reading in part, at this point, investigators have not identified a suspect or person of interest. Going on to say, while we appreciate the public's concern, the sharing of unverified accusations or false information is irresponsible and does not assist the investigation. They then repeated, there's no suspect. Now, this morning, it is believed that the FBI is taking a more active role in this investigation. And you could see that in the video posted by the Guthrie family. Experts agree that the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit has been called in. That includes profilers who have most likely already worked up a theory on who took Mrs. Guthrie and why. Their analysts, agents, even mental health professionals work closely with local law enforcement. And in the case of a public message like the one we saw with the family, they work with them to make sure what they say will not anger a criminal or possibly jeopardize their investigation. Roxia, Sandra, a lot is happening behind the scenes, and maybe we will learn some more from this media briefing. It's set to start in an hour, and of course, we're going to bring you the latest on that from Arizona on the mysterious disappearance of Nancy Guthrie.
I think that's key, what you just said. A lot is happening behind the scenes, and we as the audience and the public feel like, what's happening? Nothing's happening. We're just hearing the same things over and over, and it's not necessarily us that's going to get that information first. They have to be very careful with what they release and what they do. They are working around the clock on this.
Right. Anything they say, the wrong word, the wrong phrasing, the wrong sentence could jeopardize an entire investigation. And in this case, the safe return of Mrs. Guthrie. She's 84 years old, has very, very serious health issues. Mentally, she is all there, the family has said, but physically she has problems walking and that heart medication. She's been without it for 5 days now, and that's crucial.
And that explains a lot what you were mentioning, just the tactical reinforcement that these investigators have with the mental health experts, the behavioral analysis. And that is why Savannah and her sister, brother, they were reading a very scripted statement right there, not going off the cuff, because each word matters.
And there's something very key in what they said. They talked about their mother. They personalized her. They love her. She is loved. She is light. She is needed by her family. That is to reach the person who's holding her hostage. She is not a thing. She's a person. She's a mother. She's a senior citizen. And that's very important when they're talking to someone in this case.
Well, even that individual has a mother, right? So you're trying
you
to
hope
be
to
relatable.
Reach their heart,
right?
To be relatable, exactly.
More to come, I know,
Yes.
on this. We will have that. In the meantime, though, we do have an update here. Some big news this morning. Major update to the LA mayoral race. Former LAUSD Superintendent Austin Buettner ends his campaign 1 month after the death of his 22-year-old daughter. In a statement, he says a successful campaign and the job of a mayor requires someone who is committed 24/7 to the job. And right now, his family needs his full attention. Buettner entered the race last fall. He has been an outspoken critic of Mayor Karen Bass and how she has handled the Palisades Fire.
Yeah, a lot more coming up on Good Day LA, of course. But first, let's check in with Maria.
We do have some traffic to talk about. Good Day LA Traffic is brought to you by DTLA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. As we take a look at one of our live traffic cameras here, this looks really good. We go to Orange County. This is Toll Road 241 at Culver, and it looks like both sides moving very nicely. The drive times in and out of downtown LA, it's actually not bad on that West 10 going towards Santa Monica between the 5 to the 405, just 34 minutes, a little less on that North 110 between the 405 to the 10, 31 minutes, and on that West 60 between the 57 to the 5, about 32 minutes there. Here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. Yesterday, it was hot. It was record-breaking hot, actually. Newport Beach broke a record with that 89 degrees. Long Beach, same 88. Burbank and LAX, 87 degrees broke their old records. And Yorba Linda, 91 degrees yesterday. Today, a little cooler, maybe around 84. We are expecting some cloud cover to continue to stream up from an area of disturbed weather here to our south. This is also going to bring a 10% chance, not a whole lot of chances, but 10%. We could see some light sprinkles out there today, but more so tomorrow over the mountains and foothills. That low goes away, though, by late Saturday into Sunday, and high pressure will build back just in time for the weekend, and certainly by Super Bowl Sunday, giving us some dry conditions to enjoy the game. And then some changes as this low pressure moves a little bit closer to us. I would say next week, Tuesday to Wednesday, will be the beginning of a real big pattern change, and that could bring us more rain and could stay with us in terms of the instability through the following week, which we need the rain now. It's been a while since we've seen measurable rain, especially in downtown LA. 87 expected today for downtown. We'll wait and see if we reach that high temperature or not, depending on the cloud cover. It will still be warm, though, still above the average. Here is your day planner for Riverside. We're still seeing some sunshine. The clouds will definitely move in a little bit later, and then we're looking at high near 81 at 2 p.m. And as we look at Thousand Oaks, similar conditions with some increasing cloud cover and getting to those upper 70s a little bit later this afternoon. Back to you.
Thank you, Maria. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Okay, it's Thursday, which means last night, another Masked Singer was voted off. And last night's reveal was pretty as a flower and channeling her father.
Jenny was right! Podcaster and star of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Teddy Mellencamp!
Jenny was right. Calla Lily was revealed to be John Mellencamp's daughter, Teddy Mellencamp. Now, we know her, obviously. She was on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Her dad's song was a fitting choice as she continues her stage 4 cancer journey, which began back in 2022 as stage 2 melanoma that has metastasized to her brain and lungs. Teddy, we are sending you lots of love. Congratulations. You are pretty as a flower. And here's a fun and local Masked Singer collab that's truly interstellar. So Galaxy Girl from the Masked Singer has officially touched down at the world-famous Griffith Observatory right here in LA. Check it out.
Hello, Earth people. I'm Galaxy Girl, here at the world-famous Griffith Observatory. Please join me as we explore its incredible instruments to help unmask some of the universe's greatest secrets.
You can visit the iconic costume up close in the observatory's sunset portal now until February 17th. And Valentine's Day. Fun plans. And don't miss, of course, all new episodes of The Masked Singer Wednesdays, 8 p.m. right here on Fox. I'm wondering something. I know it's Galaxy Girl, and I know that's fitting for it being at the Griffith Observatory, but I'm also wondering if Galaxy Girl is one of the ladies that was sent to space.
Oh.
I'm just trying to put some clues together, you know? Maybe she was part of the space team.
Hadn't thought about that.
Just thinking about it. Let's check in on our poll, our hidden talent poll. Last hour we asked you, do you have a hidden talent? Let's see those results. Well, most people said no. in case you, yep. 65% said not really? And 35% said, yes, totally.
Also, one needs to define what a hidden talent is, because you may think you have a hidden talent,
right.
but others may not think that's a talent.
I did try to say we should have a third option that is describe talent.
Right.
Define talent.
Right, exactly.
Mine would be sleeping with my eyes open.
Wow, you do that every day?
She's doing it right now.
Yep, I'm
From
just
11 to
doing it with
11:59. And you're to put up with me.
Yeah.
All right, Amanda, thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, so coming up, Gigi will be back on the desk after this break, following up on the investigation that has gripped the nation.
Yeah, the Guthrie family making an emotional appeal with whoever is behind their 84-year-old mother's disappearance. We have a live report from Tucson, Arizona, just ahead.
Welcome back to Good Day LA. Making headlines, an emotional video posted by Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie and her brother and sister begging for their mom to be returned safely. Authorities believe 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was taken from her Arizona home against her will over the weekend. But investigators say right now they do not have a suspect or even a person of interest. Fox's Kaylee Schuyler joins us now live from Tucson, Arizona, where we are awaiting a media briefing from the sheriff. Kaylee, good morning. In the video that we've seen, Savannah, Annie, and Cameron send a message not only to their mother, but also to someone else, a possible kidnapper. Does that mean that authorities really have that ransom note? Do we know?
Gigi, I think all of us are kind of waiting on the edge of our seats to find out here when this news conference is expected to happen in just under 40 minutes. I can get to some of those details here in a second, but when we're talking about that video, it is a very tearful, nearly 4-minute long video where most of the time Savannah and her siblings are describing their mom as caring, funny, and even loving. And they talk about medication she has to take. They say she needs to take it every day to survive. And then when Savannah mentions the ransom video, she looks at the camera and she says, "We're ready to talk, but we need proof that Nancy is alive."
In a world where voices and images are easily manipulated, we need to know without a doubt that she is alive and that you have her. We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen.
So, Gigi, here's what we know about the ransom note. The Pima County Sheriff's Department says they're aware of it and they're following all tips and leads. TMZ and some local news stations say they received the ransom note through email and then turned it over to investigators. The note reportedly is asking for millions in cryptocurrency in exchange for Guthrie. And the outlets say it includes details about Nancy and the crime scene that aren't public knowledge. Nancy was last seen Saturday night when she was dropped off at home after dinner with family. The next day, someone from her church contacted the family when she didn't show up for Sunday service. She was later reported missing, and the sheriff is calling it an abduction. And last night, we saw a lot of activity at Nancy's house. Pima County Sheriff Department, Border Patrol, and the FBI pulled up and put up crime scene tape around the property. They were seen working in the back of the home and also the garage. The Sheriff's Department said detectives were conducting follow-up work at the home and in the neighborhood. But earlier this week, investigators said they had cleared the crime scene and turned the house back over to the family. Law enforcement was also seen at Savannah Guthrie's sister, Annie's home. We saw agents coming in and out of the vehicle carrying what looked like a tripod, so they could have just been helping the family with that video we just saw a clip from. Now, President Trump says he is directing all federal law enforcement to the family and local law enforcement at their complete disposal to help get Nancy back home as quickly as possible. But as you mentioned, in about 35 minutes, we are all awaiting a news conference right here at the Sheriff's Department, Gigi.
And Kaylee, locally, the sheriff, the Pima County Sheriff, had cleared the house, saying they had completed their work. Did it come as a surprise that the FBI and investigators returned yesterday and brought a canine with them?
It was absolutely a shock. It just got really busy here. All of a sudden, it had been a really quiet day as far as where we're in the investigation. And then all of a sudden, they show up at Nancy's home and also Annie's home. And I was watching our camera on the ground. I was actually here at the Sheriff's Department the time it was happening. But I was watching our camera, and I did see officers pull something out of Nancy's home. It was a pretty big object, but it was wrapped in paper, so I couldn't tell exactly what it was. And then after they removed that item, that's when they took the crime scene tape back down.
And is there any speculation at this point, Kaylee? I know it's all speculation until we hear from official sources, but is there any speculation on Savannah Guthrie talking about the times we live in, images can be manipulated, a clear reference, I believe, to AI, artificial intelligence? Is there any indication that that ransom note, if it does indeed exist, had some type of images and that's what she was addressing?
We have no idea. I think a lot of us were just even shocked that last night that she even addressed the ransom note, because of course all we had heard from was from TMZ and some local outlets saying they had received it, but we haven't heard many details exactly about it. And a lot of people are being really tight-lipped about what exactly was in that note. So again, we're hoping in about 35 minutes that we hear more about this. I'm not sure if it was her just asking, hey, we want proof she's alive and make sure it's not AI. We want some type of proof that we know this is real. But again, hopefully we find this out soon.
Kaylee Schuyler for Fox, thank you so much, reporting live from Tucson, Arizona. We know you'll be in that media briefing with the sheriff, and we look forward to learning more today. Now, let's go to Maria for a quick check on your forecast.
Yes, changing gears here, talking about the forecast. If you are traveling today, maybe you're headed out to Ontario. This camera is sponsored by Ontario International Airport. All right, let's take a look at those numbers today. If you are flying out to Denver, lots of sunshine there, 67 degrees. Houston, 66 with sunny skies. Atlanta, a little bit more cloud cover and cool at 47. Chicago Midway, just 30 degrees with that chance for snow. New York JFK, still without the snow, but it's coming for you for this weekend. 30 degrees there later this afternoon. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Good morning. Welcome to your Thursday. It is 9:31. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at today's headlines. New allegations against Mayor Bass over a critical fire report and growing questions about the city's leadership. How this sets up Rick Caruso for a potential rematch in the mayoral race.
Plus, the Santa Clarita Lady Flyers are home after tragedy and then triumph. We'll have more on this emotional homecoming.
Celebrating Black heritage, Brooke showing us how one South LA restaurant is honoring culture and community. But first, a check on weather.
And we've got some heat today, but that heat wave will end. It's still going to be pretty warm, actually, but the temperatures are on their way down. We do have some increasing clouds from the south and southwest, so that's going to help bring those temperatures down a bit. There's also a little bit of moisture, so 10% chance. Not a whole lot, but there is a 10% chance we could see some sprinkles today and tomorrow. The weekend looks good, actually, until another round of rain chances arrive next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we still have this area of high pressure, but it is weakening because of this little disturbance to our south, and that's what's helping to spread that cloud cover our way today. Temperatures are still going to be above normal. Normal temperatures are in the upper 60s, so 68 is the average for downtown. We're going to get up to the mid to upper 80s rather later this afternoon. That sunset time at 5:27. These are the other highs we're expecting, dependent on that cloud cover. 82 in Pasadena, 81 in Corona, 74 in Huntington Beach, to that 79 in Long Beach. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. Billionaire developer and philanthropist Rick Caruso may run for LA mayor after all. Although Caruso announced he would not enter the race, now he's reconsidering. This after the LA Times reported Mayor Karen Bass ordered the LA Fire Department's after-action report on the Palisades Fire to be watered down. The mayor denies the report, but Caruso says the Times article has made him rethink his decision on whether to enter the race for a possible rematch against Bass.
Incompetence is one thing, but it's very different to mix incompetence and now you've got somebody who is actively lying to the people that she has sworn to serve. It makes me very concerned about the future of LA.
Caruso will have to make up his mind by noon Saturday. That's the deadline to enter the mayoral race for the June primary.
California homes destroyed by last year's wildfires could see quicker rebuilding timelines as the Trump administration outlines a new plan. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin announced the plan in Los Angeles. It overrides state and local rules and speeds up the rebuilding process for homes destroyed during last year's deadly fires. Zeldin says the new order will still help wildfire survivors slash local red tape.
Now that you get to 1 year in, the frustration starts boiling over, not just for somebody who hasn't yet been able to rebuild their home, but for the President of the United States directly and personally.
The Small Business Administration says less than 15% of all homes destroyed by the fires have received necessary approvals for rebuilding. Data shows about 3,000 applications have been approved, with more than 1,000 homes under construction.
The International Olympic Committee says it has full trust in LA28 chairman Casey Wasserman, despite his name coming up in the latest drop of Jeffrey Epstein files. The old emails were actually between Wasserman and convicted sex offender Ghislaine Maxwell. Wasserman expressed regret over the 20-year-old conversations and said he had never had a personal or business relationship with Maxwell or Epstein. However, some top LA officials are calling for his resignation, saying it distracts from the games. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman was in the Fox 11 studio last night addressing a number of issues, and this was one of them.
A sex trafficking violation?
You're basically saying no.
What I'm saying is that the politicians that want to come out on this, they're doing that for their own political interests.
Okay.
They want to look like we do at the facts and the law of every single case and arrive at a conclusion, so be it. They've not done that in this situation.
Okay.
And I've seen no evidence whatsoever that Mr. Wasserman has committed any type of criminal violation.
Hochman also talked sex trafficking and what his office is legally able to do with immigration operations as well. That interview is online at foxla.com.
Now to the latest on the immigration enforcement operation in Minneapolis. Border Czar Tom Homan says that 700 agents are being pulled and sent to other cities. Now, this is only a partial drawdown of federal enforcement. More than 2,000 agents still will be on patrol. That's nearly 3 times as many police as the city employs. Homan was sent to Minnesota following the shooting deaths of Alex Preddy and Renee Good in an attempt to calm tensions with protesters.
This is smart law enforcement, not less law enforcement. It's safer for the community, safer for the officers, and safer for the alien.
Homan did not say when the remaining officers could leave or when the operation will fully end. State and local officials have agreed to cooperate by turning over arrested immigrants. The Trump administration says that federal personnel will remain until targets are met.
Meantime, over in Illinois, a lawmaker is pushing new legislation that would ban any ICE agent from becoming a law enforcement officer in the state. State Senator Laura Fine says the deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preddy are proof ICE agents are not trained to de-escalate, pointing to statistics that show the average training period for an immigration enforcement officer is 47 days, compared to that of the 2-year training period before a cadet who enters the Chicago Police Academy can become certified as a police officer.
A federal agency launching an investigation into Nike over alleged discrimination in the workplace. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission says it opened an investigation into Nike to determine if its hiring, layoffs, and other practices discriminated against white workers. The agency says it looked into whether the company's DEI programs violated anti-discrimination laws. The agency demanding that Nike comply with a subpoena for information.
Pinterest is firing staffers who created an internal tool to track hundreds of layoffs at the company. Last week, Pinterest announced it will be laying off just under 15% of its workforce as part of a broader restructuring in favor of AI. After the announcement, several Pinterest engineers created software to identify which colleagues were losing their jobs. Pinterest CEO Bill Reddy called that behavior obstructionist and decided to fire them too. Reddy says his employees should consider a job elsewhere if they're working against the direction of the company and disagree with its mission.
Utility bills may be even higher this year for millions of Americans, according to a new study. Nonprofit organization Power Lines found that electric and gas utility companies asked state regulators to approve $31 billion in rate increases last year. That is more than double the $15 billion they asked for in 2024. Power Lines says that electricity and gas are now the fastest drivers of inflation. The increased requests come as big tech companies continue to build AI data centers across the U.S., with some utility companies attributing the higher costs to the unprecedented demand for the centers. While many of the rate increases requests have been approved, some are still pending approval.
Project Angel Food is celebrating a big expansion this morning.
That's right. So let's check in with Coco live in Hollywood with a closer look. Hi there.
Okay.
Hey there, that's right. We're talking about a major milestone for Project Angel Food. You recognize some of these faces, by the way. We have muralist Robert Vargas. Good morning. We also have executive chef John Gordon with Project Angel Food. These are two very important people, so I'm excited to be speaking with both of you. I'm going to start with you, John. If you can talk about what today means. You've been with this charity for so long.
Well, it means a lot. It's new beginnings, I feel. We come from a small little group of people wanting to help people to a huge endeavor to help many more people. So it means a lot.
And tell us about your food and how it benefits the community. So sorry.
So we focus on nutrition, plain and simple. We have several different categories. We have a team of nutritionists. We have a team of chefs. We have a team of kitchen assistants. And everybody's focused on nutrition for our clients. And we get it out there and we make sure that people are eating correctly.
Well, thank you so much for your work, John. Huge event underway starting shortly, as you can see. Got to bring in Robert. So talk about your feelings today. I'm doing great. Happy to be speaking with you. Your murals on this building as well.
Yeah, it's incredible to be here for the opening of the Chuck Lorre Family Foundation Kitchen and Campus. My mural, of course, graces the South Side, and it's really all about nourishing the community, and how this mural is also very site-specific to this community.
And talk about some of your work and projects that you've got coming up.
Currently, I'm painting a series of 5 murals. I just unveiled the first one a couple of days ago. I begin the second one today, later this afternoon, and they're all about advocating for humanity. The title of the series is called We Are Human.
Love that. We are human. Well, thank you so much, both of you, for speaking with me to really help celebrate this major milestone happening for Project Angel Food. I'll send it back to you.
Such a great organization. What a time for them. It's very busy behind you, Coco. Thank you. A local hockey team is back home after tragedy and then triumph. The Santa Clarita Lady Flyers just returned home after winning the Western Girls Hockey Championship in Colorado. But before the tournament began, their team bus was involved in a terrible accident that took the life of hockey dad Manny Lorenzana, the father of one of the players. The children bravely chose to play through their grief, and Manny was honored on the ice.
They will always remember him, especially the smile when he watched his daughter get on the ice.
And Manny Lorenzana was an incredible father who was sitting there to watch his daughter play the sport she loved.
Several players on the bus also suffered injuries ranging from minor to severe, but all are expected to be okay.
New this morning, the California Post is reporting that the Dodgers will head to the White House to celebrate their World Series win. A White House official exclusively told the Post that the team has been in touch with the administration and plans to attend, but the date has yet to be set. The team has gone to the White House after each of their 2 recent World Series championships, visiting with President Biden in 2021 and President Trump last April.
Affordable, healthy, and culturally relevant meals. That's part of what Urban Comfort Foods provides to people in the community.
That's right. Brooke is live in Carson with more on some of the delicious food they have on the menu and, of course, their mission. Hi, Brooke.
Hey, it's really cool. You know, when you think about, the African diaspora, right? You know, we all started in, people who look like me, we all started in Africa hundreds of years ago. And because of the transatlantic slave trade and we're everywhere. Right? We're everywhere. And that all has kind of shaped little mini cultures everywhere that are still connected at the root. And it's really cool that they're kind of bringing them all in together. So here you're going to have flavors of the Caribbean, flavors from different countries in Africa. You're going to have flavors from the Americas and more. It's pretty awesome. We were just talking about plantains. It's so different. Like whether you are in Puerto Rico, whether you are in Jamaica, it's going to be made a little different. But again, the roots are still the same. Coming over here, you're nodding. So I'm like, I'm getting it right. You know what I mean? Like, tell me about this place and kind of how you had this idea. It's really cool.
Yeah, so we wanted to represent and honor the African diaspora through our table here. Our goal was to expand upon what we already had as children. You know, we have our black eyed pea salad, we have our red beans. These are all representation of the diaspora, including jerk chicken, suya beef. That's a Nigerian spiced beef. It's incredible. We have blackened salmon. We have, I mean, all of these different things are reminiscent to our culture, and we just wanted to highlight it and honor it, and just make sure we give that access to our community to be able to have this option.
Yeah, Chef, come on over here. Chef Eddie, come in the conversation here a little bit. You know, you don't have to leave. Yeah, but you know, talk to me. What's one of your favorite things? Give me two. Your favorite things that you got to help create that you get to watch people taste and learn more about and enjoy.
Yeah, I think the blackened salmon, number one seller for sure. It came from a recipe that the chefs here, along with myself, developed from somewhere else, and then we kind of put our own spin on it. Cardamom, I'd say, is definitely one of the key factors in that flavor, right? Bringing earthiness and just a lot of flavor to the food that we have here. And then also the jollof rice, which I think is really revolutionary. We have a mix of so many flavors, so many cultures in that one.
You don't want to make anybody mad.
Right, trying to make everybody happy and nobody mad. So I think we accomplished that with that one for sure.
Yeah. The jollof starts little diaspora wars every once in a while, so you know what I mean? So, okay, I'm at Urban Comfort Foods Kitchen right here in Carson. They open at 11. Some of you have already started trickling in a little bit early. They open at 11, y'all, okay? So come out here at 11, have lunch. And, you know, Sandra, Araxia, what I think is just the most cool about this place, and it kind of really is reminiscent of why Black History Month exists. Not only are we honoring different aspects of Black culture, but we're also like educating the masses, right? So somebody who doesn't know, someone who is a totally different culture comes in and they have a new favorite food, you know? And I love that. It's about sharing and educating and togetherness, and it's awesome.
The food looks delicious too.
Educating through food works, let me tell you. It really does.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember when you sent me to Carousel?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Educating through food works, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you,
All right, Brooke, thank you. Amazon is now making Alexa Plus available to everyone in the United States nearly a whole year after its original launch. The AI-powered voice assistant has been in early access since last March, meaning you have to join a wait list to get a chance to use it. Well, now the service is free, only if you're a Prime subscriber, though. Amazon will charge all other users about $20 a month to use Alexa Plus. The AI tech can help you do multiple tasks like book a repairman or Uber ride, basically things an assistant could do for you and take off your plate.
Okay.
All right, coming up, raising awareness around skin cancer. Last hour, we had beauty editor Sarah Eggenberger here, sharing her own personal journey. And after the break, she's talking sunscreen.
The recommendations you should consider using before you start your day. And no, sunscreen isn't just for the summertime. That's
right.
We'll get into it right after the break.
All right, after some record-breaking high temperatures yesterday, today we're going to start a little bit with the cooling trend. We still have some winds, though. Those winds coming out of the northeast, gusty at times, nearing 40-plus miles per hour. So that wind advisory still in effect to around lunchtime. And we do have a high surf advisory. High surf is building. Right now it's pretty big, actually 3 to 6 feet, Ventura County, LA beaches. But it will be building tomorrow to 4 to 9, even 10-foot sets expected for portions of Ventura and LA counties. Orange County, San Diego, 1 to 3 to 2 to 4 feet today, increasing a little bit as well tomorrow. Here's our 7-day forecast as we look at 75 along our coastline today. 10% chance for some showers today and tomorrow. Not very much, but it will increase by next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, to 30 to 40% chance. We'll wait and see how the models continue to develop. And of course, we'll have a really updated version of the forecast by Monday. But today, 87 for downtown LA. That's still very summer-like. Depending on how much of the cloud cover will roll overhead, we may adjust that a little bit downward. But tomorrow, definitely going to feel the difference. 71 degrees. And then certainly by next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll be back down to the 60s, maybe even below average by Wednesday, with that chance for rain, 40%. 85 for the valleys and the Inland Empire today. Low 70s by next week. 59 up into the mountains. Beautiful for Sunday, though. Sunday, Super Bowl. In fact, Saturday and Sunday will both be pretty nice. But next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, big changes. High desert, 70 degrees today, down to just the 50s by next week. And as we look at the Coachella Valley today, 80 with a mixture of some sunshine and some cloud cover. More sunshine for the weekend and Monday, and then that chance for showers there as well next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. Back to you.
Maria, thank you. Last hour on Good Day LA, if you were watching, Sarah Eggenberger shared her skin cancer journey, and now she's using that experience to help others protect their skin. And just a warning, the photos you're about to see are a bit graphic.
Yeah, a tiny red spot was found on her nose, as you see right there, and it seemed like nothing at first. After battling basal cell carcinoma, she is using her voice to tell others that sun protection is a non-negotiable.
Sarah is the New Beauty senior editor at large. She's here to show off her sunscreen wardrobe. I love how we phrase that. It's perfect, really, for any occasion. Sarah, welcome back.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. It's amazing to me when we look at that photo because it didn't look like anything, and then it became a big thing.
Exactly. And that's the thing, is if you feel uncomfortable with something that's happening to your body, get it checked, because you don't know what's happening underneath your skin. And the thing with skin cancer is you don't feel any symptoms. It's all visual. So make sure you're doing your own skin checks, as long as scheduling those skin checks.
And wear your sunscreen, no matter if it's cloudy, sunny, whatever.
Every day, all day
Winter,
long.
summer. Right,
yes.
Exactly. So you have some ideas for us, some good products that we should be using every day.
Yeah, so these are some of my fan favorites, and then also ones that are recommended highly. So this one in particular, Ulta MD, this is the gold standard of sunscreens. Dermatologists recommend this because it is going to give you your full protection. I love this underneath my moisturizer, or underneath my makeup, excuse me, because you don't get any of like that extra like product on your skin.
I have it on right now.
Yeah, so you get the full coverage. This is an SPF 46. This is their clear, which is my go-to. And you get that full coverage on your skin without any type of residue. And you know you're protecting your skin and it's safe. This is also really good for someone who's sensitive or more irritable skins, don't tend to react to the sunscreen. So if you do say like, hey, I can't use sunscreen, I break out, you can use this one.
Dermatologists recommend that one.
Exactly.
Right.
And this is what I'm using right now, your next one.
I love that because this is a really lightweight, easy to use sunscreen. And this actually came over, and you can buy this on Amazon, but I'm going to put a little warning out there. Make sure it's from a verified source, because there were some dupes out there. So if you get this and you don't like it, that means you got a bad one. This is actually an incredible sunscreen because it is a little bit lighter on the skin. And so you can wear this really easily underneath your makeup, and then also on a daily basis without clogging your skin. If you don't mind, if I can put some on.
I like
you
this
can
one as
just
well,
see it goes on white, but it just is like putting a moisturizer on your skin. It doesn't feel like sunscreen.
What I like about that, it's really light, but I always wonder if it's doing its job. So this one you recommended, right, for a little bit more coverage.
For more coverage. This is your physical coverage. And so if you want to have a coverage because you're going outside for a soccer game, or you're going to go running, or something where you're outdoors, this is my go-to because you're going to get that full level of protection. Plus, you get also all the other science that comes with this line. And so it's really healthy for the skin. If you just rub it in, it doesn't have that white appeal to it anymore. And so that's all I recommend is, even though you might see the whiteness when you first put it on, just rub it in and that all goes away immediately.
This one's pricier, though. I'm looking at the prices.
It is a little more pricey, and you do need to be cautious with it, but it's because there's so much science backed in this line. And that's part of the whole reasoning with this line collection.
And don't forget, sunscreen on the go.
Yeah, so this is part of it too. This is Glow Recipe. This is a stick, so it's not messy. You don't have to worry about getting your hands. I keep this in my purse in my car. It's great. We're just talking at a break with the producer. She puts it on her hands when she's driving.
Yeah,
super easy to do because your hands are very important too. Anywhere the sun shines and gets rid of. Kids love this. It's so easy. It's Glow Recipe. They love Glow Recipe already. And it feels kind of like a little bit of a spa experience when you put it on too. So it's another added bonus to it.
That's good.
Pack that in the backpack.
Yes, exactly.
And don't forget your lips, because the lips are the thinnest, right? The thinnest skin you have.
And they don't produce as much oil glands or oil, because they don't have oil glands. And so they're not protecting themselves. And so protect your lips at all costs. That's a very popular place to get skin cancer.
This is a sunscreen.
So it's a sunscreen, and it's Aquaphor. And who doesn't love Aquaphor in their lips? Like, you just can't help but get dry lips. And so this is your 2-in-1. You're getting your sunscreen, and you're also getting that hydration together, which is really important.
And then you could double up.
Always double up. I love this too, especially if you get like melasma or have any redness in your skin. This is Kosas sunscreen. This also has your SPF built in. This is my everyday
But it's a foundation?
And it's a foundation. And so I use this every day in addition to my sunscreen. You never want to have just your foundation as your sunscreen, but it's another added layer of protection, and it's just a beautiful coverage overall. So like, I just love it for the coverage it gives, but then you have the added benefit of also having your SPF in there.
You just need to match it to your, obviously,
skin color.
Yeah,
huge variety of
shades. Sarah, great stuff. Thank you. We're so glad you're doing well, by the way.
Thank you.
You look great. We're happy to have you back. Come back again. And for more advice on all things beauty, check out New Beauty, both online and in print. And we'll be right back.
Yeah, so this is like, I wear this oftentimes even on TV. It's such a great